Towering over the banks of the Tigris, at the upper end of the river which feeds the fertile crescent of Iraq, stands the town of Hasankeyf. It dates back 9,500 years and bears vestiges of every civilization which passed through this area, from the Persians to the Ottomans. In 2 years' time, this town is scheduled to be flooded because of this project. The Ilisu Dam, 16 kilometers downstream, is being built to generate hydroelectric power. A huge reservoir will be formed behind it, flooding the lands and current homes of about 35,000 people.
Turkey has little oil and gas to produce all the power needed for the country's fast-growing economy. The Ilisu Dam should add 2% to the country's total energy production. That at least is something, but are the benefits from the dam worth the price which will be paid?
Çok ince dokunmuş.
Hasankeyf, the local market town, is a centre for tourism and for rural crafts. Murat Yalmaz, a seller of traditional rugs, worries his business will die with the deluge.
Baraj olduğu zaman hayvanlarımızı maraya götürecek
When the
yerimiz
dam
kalmaz.
is built, we'll have no place to rear the sheep. We won't have anywhere to feed them, so we won't have any wool to make our rugs. If this happens, we'll be in trouble.
Bugün buraya gelen turistler tarih için geliyor.
Tourists come here for the history. They come from all over Europe and Turkey. Tomorrow, it'll be flooded. Why will they come to see a lake?
Across the Tigris, on higher ground, a new Hasankeyf is being built for the inhabitants, with villas and squares. A park will be built nearby, to which the ancient monuments of Hasankeyf will be moved stone by stone.
Bizim şu anda Hasankeyf'te sular altında kalacak.
Almost all the historical monuments will be taken to the new park area to be exhibited there. At the moment, all the existing historical monuments are damaged. They'll be renovated and will be placed in the new area. There's a fortress, which is the heart of Hasankeyf, and that will remain in place because it will be above the waterline. Some of the historical monuments will be left to lie underwater. They'll be strengthened to protect against the water, and tourists will get a chance to see them by going diving.
Beyond the local concerns, the Ilisu Dam project is drawing national and international condemnation. The Iraqis say damming the Tigris will reduce the river's flow, meaning their farmers further downstream will have less water with which to grow crops and cattle feed. Ecologists argue it will destroy the habitats of rare species.
The Ilisu Dam project will flood over than 400 square kilometers. There are many endemic species or threatened species like Egyptian vulture, soft-shell turtle, striped hyena, and many other species will be also destroyed and will be extinct after if this project will starts to work.
Opponents of the dam won an order from a Turkish court at the start of this year telling the government to stop construction and to carry out an environmental impact assessment. The government changed the law, exempting the Ilisu Dam from the need to have one. Why is the government seemingly so determined to press ahead with this project?
There's another reason for building this dam, which is not to do with economics. Here, the Tigris flows through steep valleys and gorges, which Kurdish militants are able to use as cover to sneak into the interior of Turkey from their bases on the Iraqi border. By making these routes impassable, the government says it's building a wall of water to protect Turkey.
This part of the Tigris Valley used to be a no-go area for civilians. It swarmed with militants. Now the region is more peaceful. The government wants to flood the valley to keep it that way. But doing so will wash away both the site of Hasankeyf and much rare wildlife. And the dam itself will work for only 50 years.